776-5566 or email at ambfio@gmail.com. For tickets or to sign up for the competition, please visit World's Largest Dreadlock Comp at eventbrite.com. It's the world's largest dreadlock competition, Sunday, March 3rd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Chicago Marriott Midway, 6520 South Cicero Avenue. Sponsored by A&B FIO. Please visit World's Largest Dreadlock Comp at eventbrite.com. What's a glass without class? Well, it's just a plain glass. But if you want a glass with class, you need a glass with class by Davina. Davina's been designing since 2011. She's designed for weddings, proms, showers, birthdays, anniversaries, reunions, travel professionals, business owners, car clubs, motorcycle clubs, social clubs, fraternal organizations, and more. And in 2017, she went international with Tone International as a preferred vendor in Montego Bay, Jamaica. You can design your own glass and have a glass for every occasion. Other services include custom design glasswares, party favors, wine glass covers, t-shirts, hoodies, photo frames, props, and more. So if you need a designer glass, call Davina at 773-842-5655. That's 773-842-5655 and get a glass with class by Davina. So what's a glass without class? Just a plain old glass.
Hypnotic's Backyard Party, Saturday nights, 6 p.m. on WOSD and WOSDradio.com.
WOSD Radio right now is 30 minutes after the hour. 30 minutes after the hour. 30 degrees here in Chicago, Illinois. Man, it's cold and the snow is still coming down. Last I heard, it was up to like 6 inches. I'm sure it's probably 7 by now, maybe 8. But yeah, it's a cold, snowy day here in Chicago, and it's not the weather that still got me on the air. What had me on the air earlier, just in case you just tuned in, we were having technical difficulties, and we got them fixed around 10 o'clock. And so I decided, well, I don't want to edit my show, by 2 hours or whatever it was. And I was planning on staying longer anyway, but not till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I'm going to do it because I got some requests, and I don't want to be out there in the snow too, not no time soon. If I could, man, I'd do a marathon right now, but I can't do all that because I'm hungry. Got to go get something to eat, y'all. But anyway, let's see, it's 30 minutes after the hour right now. It is time for the Saturday Morning Spotlight. And in the Saturday Morning Spotlight today, we have a wonderful group from the city of Detroit, Michigan, and they called themselves the Fantastic Four. They were also known as Sweet James and the Fantastic Four. And let me read a little bit of their history here. They were a Detroit-based soul group formed in 1965. They consisted of Sweet James Epps, brothers Ralph and Joseph Pruitt, and Wallace Toby Childs. They were the original members. Childs and Ralph Pruitt later departed and were replaced by Cleveland Horn and Ernest Newsom. They performed together as a group from 1965 to the year 2000, and I believe that's when Mr. Sweet James Epps died from a heart attack. And he was only like 52 years young, I think, or something like that. But yeah, so our Saturday Morning Spotlight is on the Fantastic Four, and this is one of their first mild hits from 1966. It's called Girl, Have Pity. Have pity on a poor fool like me, baby. Have pity. And there it is, the Saturday Morning Spotlight on the Fantastic Four on WOSD.
Believe
Saturday Morning Spotlight with Glynn Hall, the mayor of Motown, on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties.
The mayor of Motown, Glynn Hall. WOSD.
You
The Fantastic Four in a Saturday morning spotlight. Well, it ain't morning no more, y'all, but that's what I normally call this segment, the Saturday morning spotlight. Well, we can call it the Saturday afternoon spotlight since it's 40 minutes after 12 right now. And it is afternoon, but my segment, and I'll call it the Saturday morning spotlight. But the spotlight is on the Fantastic Four. And that song you just heard, You Gave Me Something. I had a friend that told me a girl gave him something, but I don't think it was nothing good. We ain't gonna talk about that on this show. This here is a family-oriented show. Yes, it is. But the Fantastic Four is in our Saturday morning spotlight again. Group came out of Detroit. They were on the Rick Tick label, which was another smaller Detroit label. Not quite as big as Motown at all. You know, you had Motown, you had Golden World, you had Rick Tick. The Fantastic Four were on Rick Tick before Berry Gordy bought up Rick Tick and Golden World and absorbed them all into Motown. They were on the Soul label once they came over to Motown. And I believe this here was one of their first songs on Motown from 1967. And they called this one As Long As I Live on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties. The Saturday morning spotlight is on the Fantastic Four on WOSD.
WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties.
You fill my life with happiness. You bring me joy with your caress. And leave me satisfied. Your tender kiss, I can't resist. The more I try to hide, I find that I got to have you, baby. You are my happiness. You are my winning. You're even good, baby, for my health. I need your love.
This is WOSD Radio, Chicago.
Running wild. As far as we could see back, he was always a problem child. They say Albert was born and raised. He was raised from a bad seed. One more around schedule, this that old. There's one thing we don't need. Talking about Albert Sloan. Can't stop. Leave him alone. He's a son of gangster. What you go to jail? What you doing with the gun man? What you go to jail? What you doing with the gun man? What you go to jail? What you doing with the gun man? What you go to jail? Anything I see I want, I'm gonna take it. That's how you say it. Life's been hard on me, but Lord, I know I'm gonna make it. I don't care what they say, what they call me. Don't blame me for what I am. Blame it on society. Talking about the Albert Stone. Better leave him alone. He's a show-off gangster. Graduated from the boy in the street to the man behind the gun. All the people all around to the dirty look for everyone. What good is it gonna do you after? Money you can't spend. You become rich overnight, chilling in a heroin. Talking about Albert Sloan. Oh, son of a gangster. You better leave him alone. He's a son of a gangster.
Here's the Saturday Morning Spotlight with Glynn Hall, the mayor of Motown, on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties.
See got to have your love, baby. Baby, baby, I've got to have your love, baby. In the evening, I visualize your face like the sun suspended out in space, like the early song playing in tune, and the sound of my heartbeat fills the room, baby. Break down.
The Saturday morning spotlight on the Fantastic Four, and that's them from 1977 with I Got to Have Your Love. They used to play that on the house music mixes back in the day. I didn't even know that was the Fantastic Four. Man, they came a long way from 1967 to 1977. The hits dried up for them a little bit by that time, but that was an oldie but a goodie right there by the Fantastic Four. I hope you enjoyed that segment of the Saturday morning spotlight, and we'll be back with more music and more stuff after this.
When I come home to you in the evening after working hard all day, you make everything so cozy for me in a sweet and gentle way. First you hug and kiss me, and then you turn on the stereo, and then that is a coat for me, and that's why I know you know that things go better with the Coca-Cola. Yeah, things go better with the Coke. Life is much more fun when you're refreshed, and Coke refreshes you best. Oh yes it does. Coke has a taste you'll never get tired of. Coke after Coke after Coke. The real live one puts the extra fun in the everything.
Things go better with us. Coca-Cola, yeah. Things go better with Coke.
Do you want to look glamorous? Do you want to stand out from the crowd? Do you want to be the envy of all your friends? Come by MG Fashion Accessories of Gary, Indiana. You can look like $1,000,000, starting for as low as $5. Brand name paparazzi jewelry with a look of diamonds, rubies, pearls, and emeralds. And also chocolate drop yarn creations, hats, scarves, toys that are hand crocheted, bath bombs and body soaps, and spa essentials. Call Liz Gardner at 773-708-4061 or check us out online at paparazziaccessories.com.
The Sunday Stepper Set with Chef Greg Dorsey. Sundays at 3 p.m. on WOSD and WOSDradio.com.
Hey, it's your boy, the exotic MC, Mr. Hypnotic, and I got a question for you. Would you like a snack? Something healthy. Well, One-Up Pickle Premium Gourmet Foods will truly satisfy your taste buds. Gourmet pickles, vegetables, and subs are available for you daily. Over 50 flavors. Deliveries available and same-day ordering. Discount orders also. Call 773-491-8080 and ask for Tony. That's 773-491-8080. And mention me, Mr. Hypnotic, and your first order will be discounted. That's One-Up Pickle Premium Gourmet Foods.
Hey, Mr. Hypnotic, how are those pickles?
They are delicious. Call 773-491-8080. That's 773-491-8080. And tell them Mr. Hypnotic sent you.
Hey, save me some.
WOSD Radio, old school and Dusty's, the music you grew up with. I thank one and all for listening to the Glenn Hall Dusty Record Show. This is a later edition because I started late. I'm still on late. Gonna be here today till 2 o'clock p.m. So I got another hour left. And right now, what would normally be the Saturday morning stroll, we're going to call it the Saturday afternoon stroll. This is music you can walk to, step to, bop to, rock to, roll to, make love to, make your Sunday afternoon dinner to. But whatsoever you're gonna do, oh, you got to do your thing to it, baby. Whatever that is, just gonna do it. Have a good time with it. And this song here I'm getting ready to play is from 1970, from the originals on the soul label of Motown. They say, I likes your style, baby. Yes, I do, on WOSD.
Everything about you, darling. You're such a sweet old sensation. And when I think of you and I together side by side, I can't control my imagination. And I just love the way you loving me, the way you loving me. I like your style. And I just love the way you touching me, brings out the man in me. You know me.
Stroll. Music you can bop to, step to, walk to. With the mayor of Motown, Glynn Hall, on WOSD Radio. Your home for old school and dusties. It's the Saturday morning stroll. Music you can bop to, step to, walk to. With the mayor of Motown, Glynn Hall, on WOSD Radio. Your home for old school and dusties.
Baby, let's cruise away from here. Don't be confused. The way is clear. Baby, tonight belongs to us. Everything you like, do what you must. And each by each we get closer, closer to every little part of each other. Ooh, yes. Let the music take your mind. Just release and you will find. Fly away, let you go my way. I love you, cruising together. Music is made for love. Cruising is made for love. I love you, cruising together. Let's go, let's fly. Ooh, let's open up and go inside. And if you want it, you got it forever. I could just stay there inside you, love you, baby. Let the music take your mind. Just release it, you will find. You're gonna fly, yeah, let you go my way. I love you, cruising together. Music is made for us. Cruising is made for us. I love you, cruising together.
Charlena Hosea in Indianapolis, Indiana wanted to hear Cruising by Smokey Robinson. She wanted to hear it last week, but I had ran out of time, so I had to make sure that she was listening this time, and she told me she's listening. So hey, Charlena Hosea, how you doing, baby? Down there in Indianapolis. Is it snowing down there like it is up here? Yeah, it's coming down in Chicago. But anyway, I had to play Cruising for you. Now that's from 1979. Smokey Robinson. No miracles, just Smokey all by himself. And up next, I got another request for Miss Sonia Moore. Hi, Sonia Moore. How you doing, darling? Here in Chicago, Illinois, Sonia Moore says she wanted to hear some Stylistics from 1981. And there you go. Sonia Moore, Stylistics, Mine, All Mine, on WOSD, your home for old school and dusties.
Just what I waited for, and the one all alone, where I wanted to see.
Andrews, and you're listening to the Mayor of Motown, Glynn Hall, on WOSDRadio.com, your home for old school and dusties.
It's the Saturday morning stroll. Music you can bop to, step to, walk to. With the Mayor of Motown, Glynn Hall, on WOSD Radio. Your home for old school and dusties.
say you remind me. You say you remind me of a haunted house. You must be mighty ugly. You must be spooky, ugly, and look like a bearilla. I don't know. The Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show on WOSD Radio. I hope you enjoyed our Saturday morning stroll and the Saturday afternoon part of the day. Well, whatever time of day it is, we'll be right back with more music and more stuff after this.
10 a.m. for the weekly message from Holy House of Prayer, 6713 South Homestead Street in Chicago, where Bishop William Jackson and First Lady Beverly Jackson are pastors. Bishop and First Lady Jackson hope to bring you words of wisdom and encouragement to help you in your spiritual life. That's the weekly message from Holy House of Prayer, 6713 South Homestead Street in Chicago, where Bishop William Jackson and First Lady Beverly Jackson are pastors. Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on your home for old school and dusties, WOSDradio.com. Hypnotic's Backyard Party, Saturday nights, 6 p.m. on WOSD and WOSDradio.com. WOSD Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. for the weekly message from Holy House of Prayer.
It's the first big stage play of the new year. Alicia Picasso-Gordon's Bag Lady. The stage play. Written and directed by John L. Ruffin. January 25th through 27th at Theater 47, 371 Artist Walk in Park Forest. Starring Terrell Carter, Willie Taylor, Brittany Hayes, Richard Gallion, Trina Robinson Dorsey, Takesha Benson, Duck Cole, Jennifer Dukes, Lady Red, Corey Bailey, and Facio. For information on showtimes and ticket purchases, please visit www.theater47.com. That's www.theater47.com. Alicia Picasso-Gordon's Bag Lady. The stage play. Written and directed by John L. Ruffin. January 25th through 27th at Theater 47, 371 Artist Walk in Park Forest. Bag Lady. The stage play. Don't miss it.
Is that India? What happened to her hair?
A&B FIO presents the world's largest dreadlock competition, Sunday, March 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Chicago Marriott Midway, 6520 South Cicero Avenue. If you're interested in sponsorship and vendor opportunities, contact Sarita B. at 773-366-5566, 773-366-5566, or email at anbfio@gmail.com. For tickets or to sign up for the competition, please visit World's Largest Dreadlock Comp at eventbrite.com. It's the world's largest dreadlock competition, Sunday, March 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Chicago Marriott Midway, 6520 South Cicero Avenue. Sponsored by A&B FIO. Please visit World's Largest Dreadlock Comp at eventbrite.com.
WOSD Radio, old school and dusties, the music you grew up with. This is the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show. A couple of hours late, but we're still on. Got about another 30 minutes or so left to be on the air, and I got to get up out of here. Yeah, it's been a late one today. I missed out on my Harold's Chicken, my Coca-Cola, and everything. Yeah, you know, but it is what it is. For the love of the dusties, that's what I say. For the love of the dusties, you do anything, right? Well, pretty much anything. Well, anyway, this next song I'm getting ready to play, I got to play it for Mrs. Mama Yvonne G. out there in Gary, Indiana. She listens to the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show at its regular time from Saturdays 8 a.m. to 12 noon, and every Sunday afternoon from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Central Time. Mrs. Mama Yvonne G. listens to the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show, Mrs. Mama Yvonne G. And I always play her a Johnny Taylor song like this one right here, Running Out of Lies, from 1976. Somebody else wanted to hear this song too. I forgot who it was. Oh, I'm going to get beat upside my head. But here it is, Johnny Taylor, Mama Yvonne G on WOSD.
People in high and low class places. Oh, I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of worrying whenever I come home late with your lipstick traces. Oh, yes, I am. You will rest assured I won't no fool. She can tell I've been loving you, stealing your love, getting hard and I want the excuse. I've been getting just more water. I've been running out.
Hey, Miss Pee Wee, how you doing? I've been meaning to call you to check up on you and stuff, but you know how sometimes you got to get through the rigmarole of the week and you get tired and sleepy and other stuff that you're doing, but I'm going to call you, so keep that phone line clear. All right? Hopefully you've been doing well.
Say too many eyes to find. I'm spreading my soul. I'm spreading myself into trying to do the job of two human beings. Getting ready to show my hope, no food. Tell it's good. I can love in you. Stealing your love, getting hard and hard. I can feel it. It won't. Just think of it, but just think of it. I'm letting it fool you. This is good because I was somebody else. You know, a lot of times I don't want to talk about it. I try to get it off of my mind. But then my conscience, you know, everybody got a conscience. My conscience gets the bother me. And when I try to go to sleep at night, seems like to me I can hear my conscience say, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know you got a good woman. You know you treat her right. And I made a deal with my conscience. If my conscience didn't bother me, I sure wouldn't bother my conscience every night. They come around to me, tell me, you know you've been wrong. Yes, you have. A lot of fellas out there been wrong. Y'all go to your lady and tell her, honey, oh, son, I'm taking you through all these changes. I'm sorry.
Glynn Hall, the mayor of Motown. W.O.S.E.
Ain't nothing I can say, nothing I can do. I feel so bad, yeah. I feel so blue. I got to make it right for everyone concerned. Even if it's me, if it means it's for me, what's getting burned? 'Cause I could never make you happy. No, I wish I did love you so. Makes it so very much love. 'Cause I love you so. I love you so. I knew the time would come. I'd have to pay for my mistake. I can't blame you for what you're doing to me, girl. Even though my heart aches. Your dreams have all come true. Just the way you play.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you.
So I just step aside. I'm gonna step aside and lend a helping hand. 'Cause I can never
that song for Miss Brenda Brewer down there near Houston, Texas, in a little town called Spring, Texas. Hey, Brenda Brewer, how you doing, baby? Played that for you. That's the Tower of Power from 1973, and So Very Hard to Go on the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show here on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and dusties. And up next, I got Summer Breeze for Miss Sherry Moten down there in Wichita, Kansas. Sherry Moten in Wichita, Kansas. Are you listening? I tried to send you a message. I don't know if she can hear it or not, y'all. But Sherry Moten, she wanted to hear the Isley Brothers, Summer Breeze from 1973. And here it is on the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show. Your home for old school and dusties. Make you long for summer, don't it? Especially if you're living in the Midwest. Here in Chicago, the snow is coming down, but I'm thinking of summer on WOSD. How you doing? Yeah, I'm getting ready to get out of here though in about 15 minutes, so. I'm just 2 hours behind schedule, that's all. Got a late start. Instead of coming on at 8 a.m., I came on at 10 a.m. because of technical difficulties. So instead of cutting my show in half, I did the whole 4 hours from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Today only.
Mayor of Motown, Glynn Hall.
Remind you of the Imperial commercial, don't it? The margarine.
Let everyone at the crown, he's the best one in town. Ride on his merry-go-round, spinning faster than sound. His makeup is smeared. Life's comical tears as he thinks of the years. Living just a little, laughing just a little. Living just a little, laughing just a little, maybe he's there. Oh, no. Let everyone at the food with his heart in his hand.
Don't tell nobody. You're talking too much now. Don't tell away all my secrets. Don't open up the doors so all my bones can come out the closet.
There's an ember of pride. Watch how he tries hard to hide that he's dying inside.
No, Grey Goose and lemonade. That's what I drink. That's how I drink it.
Just a little, laughing just a little, ain't easy. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's hard. Living just a little, laughing just a little, ain't easy. No, 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 no. Living just a little, laughing just a little, ain't easy.
WOSDRadio.com.
Keep on loving me, honey. Keep on loving me true.
Baby, I'm gonna love you no matter what you do.
For so long I've depended on nothing but you. So don't you take your mind.
Don't take it away from me. Cause you would still make me a mistake.
You afraid of a man. Don't you take your love. Don't take it away from me. Cause if you leave, you might as well take the air I breathe. Keep on loving me, honey. Don't you go nowhere.
Don't you know I'm satisfied with your tender care?
And I get my inspiration from it. Just knowing you're there.
Don't you take your love. Don't take it away from me. Cause I believe out on a tree. Don't you take your love. Don't take it away from me. Cause if you leave, you might as well take the air I breathe. Would you take that hand? I was fine. Imagine what the world would be like if we were friends.
Keep on loving me, honey. Don't you change your mind.
I can't bear the thought of ever leaving you behind.
No matter what I do, I love you. I'll never mind.
Don't you take your love. Don't take it away from me. Let's not break your stay.
You're afraid of a man.
Don't you take your love. Don't take it away from me. Cause if you leave, you might as well take the air I breathe.
You leave, you might as well take the air I breathe.
Take your love. Don't take it away from me.
Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell from 1969. And Keep On Loving Me, Honey. That's the name of that one. And a weekend ain't a weekend without some Marvin and Tammy all up in my ear singing and sounding so good. Don't you agree? Well, we'll be back with more stuff after this.
Take a trip with me as we journey through the soundtrack of your life. We start around the year 2000 and go back as far as the 1950s. Soul, R&B, jazz, blues, gospel, and some of the best doggone dusty records that you haven't heard on your radio in forever. Listen to the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 12 noon and on every Sunday from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Central Time. Right here on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and
Do you want to look glamorous? Do you want to stand out from the crowd? Do you want to be the envy of all your friends? Come by MG Fashion Accessories of Gary, Indiana. You can look like $1 million, starting for as low as $5. Brand name paparazzi jewelry with a look of diamonds, rubies, pearls, and emeralds. And also chocolate drop yarn creations, hats, scarves, toys that are hand crocheted, bath bombs, and body soaps, and spa essentials. Call Liz Gardner at 773-708-4061 or check us out online at paparazziaccessories.com.
WOSD Radio, old school and dusties, the music you grew up with. Oh man, you know, if you're loving what you're hearing here on WOSD Radio, you know what? You can buy it at Out of the Past, Dusty Records. They got records, tapes, CDs, whatever you're looking for, they got it. And if they ain't got it, you ain't gonna get it. But I bet they got it. But check out Out of the Past Dusty Records. They're located at 4407 West Madison Street. That's right off the corner of Madison and Costner Avenue on the west side here in Chicago, Illinois. Or you can go to their website at outofthepastrecords.com. They're open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's Central Time. Give them a call at 773-626-DUSTY. That's 773-626-3878. Ask for Marie or MJ and tell them you heard all about it right here on the Glynn Hall Dusty Record Show on WOSD Radio, your home for old school and Dusty's. Now, that's about all, y'all. The clock on the wall says it's time to go finally. Been here since 7:30 this morning, and I just got on the air at about 10 o'clock this morning, so I still did my 4 hours, but I was a little late, so that's why I'm still on the air now, but it's time to exit. So, on that note, make sure you check me out tomorrow, please, ma'am, and please, sir. Check me out tomorrow from 12 noon to 3 p.m. That's Central Time right here